Good morning and welcome back to my channel if you're new. My name is Sarah. I am a PhD candidate and I have a little over 2 months left in my program. And I have to submit a final draft, or not a final draft, a full draft of my dissertation so my advisor can make some edits in under 3 weeks. So it's crunch time. If you watched my last vlog, you saw me really thinking through and struggling with my third chapter, which was really building a theoretical framework for my dissertation and working with a lot of other sort of like abstract theories, and it was like really dense and really intense. And I finished that chapter yesterday. So now we are in truly the final stretches. What I am going to work on today is going back to chapter 2. Because when I was working on chapter 2 last summer, I got so frustrated with where I was at that I had to just like leave it and go to some other chapters. So now I need to go back to chapter 2 and finish up those parts that I was frustrated with. So I'm hoping that the distance and all that I have learned about the dissertation and about myself since then will make it easier to go back to this chapter. And then once I'm done with that, it's intro and conclusion and we're done. It is so wild to know that I am here at this stage in the dissertation, but we sort of like all knew this day would come. It just feels so wild to actually be here. And I've gotten a few DMs recently on Instagram from you all saying like you started watching me when I started my channel during quarantine when I was home, like in Miami with my family and still in coursework. So if you've been here since the beginning, I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know like when you started watching. And also just thank you so much. I am grateful for YouTube every single day. So now it's time to do the scary thing. Open up this chapter 2 document and take stock of what we have to do. I'm not gonna be able to do this without a beverage in hand. I already had a cup of coffee, so I think I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Okay, it's about 2 hours later now. It's 11:30 and I made a whole list of everything I need to do for this chapter, as well as just like read through it all, obviously. And this is my longest chapter. It is 38 pages, single spaced, which is quite a long diss chapter from my understanding of the average length of diss chapters, at least in my field. So that took some time. And it's like, I've talked about it a million times on here, but it's like really hard to read back old writing, especially from your own old writing, and like not get like emotionally bogged down in it. I often say like it really makes you hate yourself. But in comparison to the more recent stuff I've written, like what I wrote for chapter 3, what I wrote for chapter 4, I'm like, this chapter 2, pretty good, not so bad. Because chapters 3 and 4 were just so rushed that they're not good. A done dissertation is a good dissertation. That's what we're striving for. So in reading through it, I mapped out like all that I need to do, which I had done before, but I did it like really specifically this way. And I have tried to identify some specific starting points. What's hard about what I have left to do now is I'm not sure how long these things are going to take, because it's not just writing. I do have to do like a little bit more research. I have to go in and look at some specific comments on some specific YouTube videos, or I don't even know what videos, just look at like channels and stuff like that. Pop around on Reddit a little bit to see what other people are saying about these YouTubers and these YouTube videos, and then just do like some thinking. And thinking is what gets you. Thinking is what takes some time. So I just don't know how long things are gonna take. So I'm gonna take a break for now. I have an Orange Theory class in an hour, but before that starts, I think I'm gonna like run some errands after the packages to return. I want to mail out some Crocs for my nephews that I bought like 2 months ago at this point, that probably don't even fit their growing feet at this point. And then after I come back from Orange Theory and have like that little break, I'll dive into doing some of this work. I'm also just like a little bit stressed out because Zach has a marathon in Nashville this weekend, and I really want to go. Like, selfishly, I really want to go to Nashville. I've never been, and I also just like really want to go to support him. I have gone to like a lot of his races, basically like every single one, and I know he's been training for it for a really long time, but I told him it was going to be like a game time decision on if I was like far enough along in the disc to be able to go, because this is crunch time. And basically today is the day I need to decide because he's leaving tomorrow. So we're gonna see how it goes this afternoon and then make my decision. Last night I was like, oh, I'm feeling good about things. I'm feeling like I'll be able to go. But now after reading back through this chapter and making this list, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna need this weekend to lock in. Okay, here are the Crocs. They're so cute. So these are for my little babyest nephew. He really likes Bluey. And I was kind of scared to get him small ones because I'm like, really, I don't know, choke on them? Babies scare me. And then this is for my 4-year-old nephew, Zion. He's loving Sonic lately and he loves Sully. He calls him Sullivan, which I'm obsessed with. And they would be like matching. I spent way too much money on these, but I'm gonna bail them out. Okay, a couple hours later now, have clearly showered, had to wash my hair. Orange Theory was so hard, I sweat so much. I went with Megan and we got in there and the coach was like, okay, are we all ready to do 10 all outs today? And I was like, oh my god. So it was 5 all outs where you were going all out on the tread for 1-minute intervals, and then 5 all outs where you're doing that for 30-second intervals. So it wasn't that bad, but it was that bad. It was tough. It was really tough, but like you build up to it. So I don't know, Orange Theory always makes you realize you can do harder things than you think you can. But anyway, I'm gonna do a little blowout moment on my hair and just try and chill out for a second before I get back into work. Also, while I was at Orange Theory, I pretty much decided that, you know what, I am going to go to Zach's marathon this weekend. It's really just one day, well, like 2 days I guess, where I won't be doing work. Friday is when he's gonna do like a little practice run and his packet pickup and all of that. I'll have time to work for a couple hours. And I've cheered him on at a triathlon, at a half Ironman, but I've never cheered him on at a marathon. And I don't know, I want to do it. When I think about not doing it, I get really sad. So I'll have to pack for that at some point tomorrow too. Loading in progress. Okay, back to work. Gonna light this candle to set a little cozy vibe. Get to work. Okay, it's 7:30. You guys, my dissertation is so bad. Like, it's so bad. I feel horrible about it right now. Just feel like my literature review is good, like in all of my various chapters. Well, it's not good, it's okay. My overall ideas are good, but what's really, really bad is like what should be good. And that's like my analysis and close reading of things. Like when I get into analyzing vlogs on YouTube, what I'm saying is so not profound. And maybe it's just because I've been thinking about it like for so long at this point, but I feel like I just read a lot of it back and I'm just like, is this like not just terribly obvious? I don't know. And it doesn't help that I feel like I've been reading like a lot of really good articles lately. And I know articles are a lot different than a dissertation. They go through like rounds of revision. They're like also more succinct than like a whole diss. But I'm just like, yeah, what I'm doing is so not that. They're like so far out of my league. So having a very big moment of insecurity right now. But I checked off some of those things that I wrote on my to-do list today, so that's good. It's actually really funny because I always like leave comments because I write in Microsoft Word, so I just like add comments and you can see the dates. and I was working on this chapter in July of 2024, and each of my sections of like my case studies, it's broken down into like 4 parts, 3 main parts, and then like 1 smaller part at the end. So the smaller part at the end is just titled Reflection, and it's modeled after this article by Christian Royster, where they do this after each of their sections. They just have like a part reflection where they reflect on their analysis and like, you know, like maybe here's what we missed, here's why we made the choices that we made. It's like really meta. And so I'm like taking that strategy into my chapter here. And so I have like, after I like go through all the different parts of this case study, I sort of like do critical imagination, strategic contemplation, social circulation, which are also from Christian Royster. Then I just have a part reflection where I reflect on my analysis, reflect on my reflecting. And I left a note for myself because all these reflection sections are blank in July of 2024 that was like, come back to this after you've had some distance away from it. And I am coming back to it like several months, nearly a year later. It didn't make it easier. I read my whole case study of Brooke Michio, and not only did I think like this is not profound, this is really silly, but B, when I got to the reflection part where I'm supposed to reflect on my analysis, I'm just like, I don't know. I thought I'd have more to say with some distance. I don't know. Maybe this is just because I'm like getting into a new chapter. I remember when I got into chapter 3 for the first time after some time away, it was like really hard. So I'm gonna be gracious with myself. Even just like making that list and checking just like 1 to 2 things off of it today needs to be considered like a massive win. Man, I do not feel good about things. Megan's gonna come home from the writing center soon, and I'm gonna need her to tell me that she also feels bad about her dissertation, so I can say, hey, like, at least I'm not alone. 9:30. Gonna get in bed and read this book. I'm pretty into it so far. I'm like a little less than halfway, but I'm like pretty hooked. It's intense, but it's good. There's no better feeling than getting in bed before 10 p.m. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I am about to head out to the library, well, the writing center, to lead one of my dissertation writing groups. I don't love the fit today. I like the top with like the buttons on the side, but the pants are loose and I feel like they need a belt, and then it just creates like this weird... Anyway, I'm just gonna be sitting down and working the whole time, so going for something comfy. Have my bag all packed up with the essentials. Have my laptop, my sort of planner / notebook that I use for everything, some markers to fill it out. Have my noise canceling headphones, of course, in here, and then, you know, wallet, hand lotion, lip gloss, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna bring the sweater because the library gets really cold sometimes. Then I also packed myself a little lunch, these little cheese and crackers, and then lots of PB&J, and then Dots pretzels. Working with what I have. And this is full of cold brew iced coffee because I always need more coffee on writing group days. Okay, quite a bit later now. It is almost 5 o'clock. I have clearly put on some makeup and I'm wearing a dress actually because I'm gonna go to the department award ceremony. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the vlog or not, but Joanna won a fellowship, so they're gonna like call her name and honor her, and I'm going to support her in that. I'm a little bit stressed because I'm gonna have to like come back here and hurry up and pack really quickly to go to Nashville because Zach and I are leaving early in the morning, but I have like a list on my phone of everything I need to pack, so it shouldn't be too bad. Also, I'm feeling good because today was a very good writing day. I got like almost 1,500 words written, which is absolutely wild. It was a lot of quotes and a lot of analyzing comments on YouTube and analyzing like Reddit threads and stuff like that. So I didn't like me myself come up with all 1,500 of those words, but that's 1,500 words on the page. That's a whole section and a half checked off. So that's exciting. And also I had an appointment in the writing center with someone who watches my YouTube videos, so that was also like fun and exciting too. So feeling good, but I feel like today's been like, and I've had no downtime. So I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna channel all of my strength to have to be social at this event. Hello, good morning, happy Monday. I'm back from Nashville. It was so much fun. I posted about it on my Instagram stories, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should go ahead and do that. But I got really sunburned, so I think you could see it's not showing up. It was so painful. I went to bed just like covered in aloe the past couple nights. But anyway, it is 9:30. I am going to pack up my bag and head over to campus because I work at the Writing Center at 10. And I honestly think I'm gonna give myself like a little bit of a slower morning. Like I'm gonna read my book in the Writing Center instead of like hopping back into work, reading Mad Honey, because I'm just so tired. It was like just a jam-packed weekend. I'm really glad I went. I was able to do some work, quite a bit of work on Friday, so that was really good. But I need a second just to like catch my breath before jumping into work. So I have one appointment at 10 and then I think I have the 11 o'clock hour free. So I'm gonna chill out then. Okay, back from my Writing Center shift and I'm gonna make my little hyperfixation meal, which is a toasted sesame seed bagel and scrambled eggs made real cheesy, and then the chive cream cheese. And this is just gonna be like a lunch moment, I guess, because it's already like 12:30. And then I'm gonna go to Kroger, get some stuff for meals for the week, and then I'm gonna go to Hive and lock in and finish up the section that I said I wanted to finish today. You guys, I'm so over writing, and I feel like it shows in the writing itself. And the theme of this vlog has just been my dissertation is bad. Okay, here she is. Now I'm gonna finish an episode of Southern Charm and then get rolling with the day. Here's the groceries. It's so sad that this is literally $62 worth of groceries. We just see all spread out like that. But it's 3 meals and it'll account for a lot of leftovers too. We're gonna do a pasta with some squash, cherry tomatoes, lemon, and basil. And then we are gonna do tacos with black beans, which is what's in this can right here. And then some queso, so some diced green chilies, white American cheese. Cheese is expensive. The onion goes in that, and then the bell pepper goes in that as well. And then we have a lot of stuff on hand to do what we call a depression meal, which is like a bunch of frozen Trader Joe's, like orange chicken, stuff like that. And I want to do some like tangy cucumbers with it, so I got green onions for that. More expensive cheese for the pasta, and we typically have like a Parmesan wedge on hand, but we are out of ours. More creamer, cream cheese, my bagels, milk, and I was just really craving orange juice. And then this is probably what racked up the prices because each of these are $2.50. So that's $5, $10, that's like $12 right there. But I got a cream soda Olipop, 2 of these orange squeeze Olipops. And then I love the lemon lime poppy so much. Then orange cream, I really like this one, but I think I got sick of it for a minute and now I'm back on it. It just feels like so ripe for summer, even though it's April. It's like warm out, okay? You have to give this to me. Okay, time to go to Hive. Get some work done. It is 1:59 and I'm hopefully able to get this section done in under 2 hours. It'd be great. Someone is playing the acoustic guitar in his front yard across from me. College towns are so weird. Anyway, hoping to get this done in 2 hours. I hope I can check back in and it's 4 o'clock or earlier and I say, I got it all done. 4:37, I unfortunately did not finish what I wanted to finish, but that's okay. I realized that I hadn't totally finished one of the other sections that when I was making my plan for the rest of the week last night, I thought I had finished. So went back, finished that up, and wrote like there's like so many, I've broken everything into so many little like subsections that it's like hard to even explain it. Basically, I wrote 520 words today, and I feel like they were good words, so I'll take that as like a semi-win. That just means tomorrow I'm gonna have to like really lock it. But I have a plan and I think I will be able to do it. I am just like so tired. I blame the sunburn, I blame the jam-packed weekend. So I'm gonna lay in bed, continue reading Mad Honey for a little bit, and maybe later today I will work on editing some of this vlog to feel like I'm doing something a bit productive. Have my cucumbers prepping. You have to let them sit on this mesh strainer with some salt for 30 minutes. So that's quite some time. And in the meantime, I need to do these dishes. I have the oven preheating to throw some frozen orange chicken in, and I'm gonna make some frozen fried rice. Ta-da!